Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. That makes it so much easier for me. So appreciated. Hello, Sid. So we've got Aldona, Egyptian famous, Yuwanda, Cece, Alexandra, Marlene, Fahim, and Sid. Right, so what have we got today? Okay, so take a nice deep breath, think about your question. Don't forget to read the description box down below. Muchly appreciated. So Aldona, Egyptian famous, and Yuwanda. We'll start with you three. So I do three at a time. For those that are new, welcome. For those that are regulars, welcome. I really appreciate it. Welcome mods, welcome subscribers. Muchly appreciated. So what we do is, for those that are new, everybody that comes in the first hour is automatically added to the list. Okay, if you're in the first hour, you're automatically added to the free list. Please do not type your questions until I ask. I do 3 people at a time. So I do the first 3 on the list, and Egyptian Famous has created the list for me. So muchly appreciated. That is awesome. It makes it so much easier. So we've got Aldona, Famous, Yuwanda, Cece, Alexandra, Marlene, Fahim, and Sid. So what I do is 3 at a time. So I'll do Aldona, Egyptian Famous, and Yuwanda. If you 3 can type in your questions. Now, I may not do them in any particular order because I'm not going to wait around for people to type in, because I know people flick in and out in regards to working or internet connections or something going on there. So what I do is I do 3 at a time. So the first 3 is Aldona, Famous, and Yuwanda. When I've done those 3, then I'll do Cece, Alexandra, and Marlene. When I've done those 3, I'll do Fahim and Sid, and whoever else comes in after Sid. Okay, so let's take a nice deep breath. Let's remove all the chaos of the day. Let's keep ourselves nice and calm and nice and relaxed. Thinking about our questions and what do we need to know that's really important to us right now? What's going to enable us to actually move forward with confidence? What topic or what subject is at our forefront? So, what are you knitting, Sid? So we've got Aldona we're going to begin with. Hi, All About Mate. I'm great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. A general. So I'm going to look at Tarot Decorative. Aldona. Now, don't forget, VIP status for those that use the pinned link. A big sweater, first of 3. Okay. Right, so don't forget VIP status through Ko-Fi if you want a little bit more than just the 2 cards for the reading. Okay, so what does Aldona need to know right now? Oh, okay, flipped out. First card we have is Death, which is all about transformation and changes. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of transformations going on here. There's a sense of perseverance, keep going, don't give up. That sense of initiation, that moving through into something new in a way. It feels like you're sort of initiating, you're moving through a transitional period here. Okay, so you've got that sense of really important here to have that sense of changes, transformation taking place. Feels like you're going through a lot of changes, allowing yourself to go through those changes by persevering, by keep going. Don't give up. You've got that sense of initiation, that sense of moving through into a sense of completeness in regards to a project or a creative endeavor. It does feel like there's a lot of changes and things going on for you indeed. So I do feel like there's a lot of stuff going on for you. So this is the Tarot Decorative, okay, by Chiro Machete. And so this is all about the changes and the transformation you're going through. Persevere, don't give up, allow yourself to move through the sense of a new creative project, a sense of completeness within oneself, completing something, completing a project of some sort. Okay. Next, I have Egyptian Famous. Now, don't forget, just type your question in once. You don't have to keep typing your question in. Just once is good. So you want to know about your divine masculine. Is Q your divine queen? Hi, Night Daughter Oracle. Welcome, welcome. Right, so then what you won this question. So CC and Alexandra. So is your divine masculine? Let's do the deck of heroes. So tell us about Q. So tell us about Q. Ooh. Q. Definitely a commitment there. We have Four of Wands. Definitely feels like there is a connection. We've got Queen of Swords and Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is I see something being left behind. So there's definitely a connection. There's definitely a commitment going on there. There's definitely something going on. But I think it's really important to look at the truth, the facts of the situation, what's actually going on. Like, just because they could be your divine masculine, I do feel that they are your divine masculine, but I wonder if he's going through his own journey where he's walking out. I just see him walking into the sunset, if you like he's walking away from the situation. It feels like he's walking away from what's going on here. So there might be some stuff that he might be dealing with. So it does feel like, yes, he is your divine masculine, but I do feel like he's got some stuff that he's learning. He's got some stuff that he needs to look at in regards to his own situation. Queen of Swords is also about trusting your own intuition here. I think you just need to, don't let your heart rule your mind. Don't let your mind rule your heart. Let's try and find a sense of balance there. Seems to be really important. There is that sense of him walking away, though. So I'm wondering if he sort of feels like he's running away from the situation for whatever's next. So yes, he is your divine masculine. He does feel like there is a commitment. There is that connection there. I do definitely get that. So that's really important here. So definitely feels as though there is that connection, but I do feel as though he's not quite ready. There's some stuff that's going on here. So that's why you need to look at the facts of the situation, look at the truth of what's actually going on. I feel like he's not quite ready for that next stage, even though he is that connect. You do have that sort of connection there. Okay, so we've got You Wonder next. Oops. God, you guys make it so much easier with the lists. Thank you very, very much. Yes, Egyptian Famous has done an excellent, has been here this morning. Oh, she's finally got a time to breathe from work. Egyptian Famous finally got some time to breathe. She's actually had some moments. She's always so busy with work. Egyptian Famous is always so busy with work, so it's nice that she got some time to breathe. Right, you wonder, what should I know as regards to your career? Interesting. Let's do the Gilded Tarot Royale. It's nice to see Egyptian Famous got some time to actually breathe, which is really nice. So we've got, please don't type your question in until you're ready, please, until I'm ready. So we've got CC and Alexandra, and then I've got Marlene. Finally got some time to breathe. It's wonderful. So what should I know as regards to your career, we wonder? Let's have a look. So what do you need to know in regards to your career? Okay, you wonder your career. Okay, you wonder your inner power, your inner strength, having the courage to sort of have that stamina to move forward is so important in your journey. It feels very much about not being excessive in your behavior, making sure you stay calm, stay relaxed within your career is quite important here. Don't let yourself get too excessive in regards to your career. It's really important that you have that sense of being calm, being relaxed, having that sense of tranquility. But inner power comes from within. That strength and that courage is super important here. So in regards to your career, it's important that you find your own inner power and you stay calm and don't get too excessive in your reactions or in your behavior. It's so important that you just allow yourself that stamina to be able to move forward, or that endurance to move through what you want to do in regard to your career. Having that sense of courage is super important here. So let's have a look at this list. Right. Alexandra. CC and Alexandra. So let's have a look. Have I got CC's question here? Yep. And have I got Alexandra's question? Cool. What does Ken want with you? What's the connection? Let's do the Oceanic Tarot. Okay, what does Ken want with me? What does Ken want with you? What's going on with Ken? Whoa! Okay. Okay. Let me give this again. It's better. Okay, CC, what's going on with Ken? What's happening here? Interesting, because I sort of get that heartbreak, that sort of recovery. Feels like Ken is wanting to recover from a sense of heartbreak. I do feel like Ken's sort of recovering from heartbreak. There is that sense of trying to find the sense of clarity in the situation. Feels like Ken's trying to recover, trying to heal from a situation that's been going on, and so really wants a sense of clarity in where they're going. They want a sense of victory. They want things to be clear-minded. They want to be clear-minded in where they're going. And that's part of, in regards to you. It feels like they want to recover from some sort of heartbreak. It could be a bit of a rebound. I'm getting a bit of a rebound energy here. A bit of a rebound energy in regards to whatever's happened for them in the past. So sort of a bit of a rebound energy. So they want a sense of clarity, a sense of truth about what's actually going on, a sense of new beginnings and new thought. This is thoughts and ideas. This is a bit of a, this is just a perception about what they want to achieve out of their thing in regards to you. Okay, it feels a bit of a rebound energy going on here. So, not quite sure what that's about, but I'm sort of getting a bit of a rebound energy. Right, so Alexandra. So this is about your father. Now, it's about what do you need to know in regards to your father. So what do you need to know in regards to your father at this time? Let's do the Rider Tarot deck, not the Rider. Wait, that's not the Rider. Whoa! So what do you need to know about your father? So what do you need to know? It's interesting here. I get your father needs to rest a little bit. He needs to take a little bit of time out for himself. That's what, and that's part of your support, you supporting him. Okay? I get a lot about the Queen of Wands here is about you taking care of him in some way. I get a sense of, you know, out of necessity. I think it's important that what you need to do in regards to your father, yes, he's been struggling a little bit. He does need to take some time out, but you need to support him. You need to be there for him in some way. It's about your creative energy, your independence, your sense of being responsible here. Okay, Alexandra. So it's important that you're there for him. You're supportive. And yes, he's been struggling. He needs to take some time out, but it's all about you supporting him there. Okay, so next on the list. Okay, Marlene. Sorry, I did see something. Yes, no. Pregnancy, you need to make sure you keep in touch with your midwife in regards to pregnancies. But yeah, so what is your spirit? Okay, so what is your spirit guides want you to know at this time? Okay, so let's do the elemental elemental power tarot. Right, let's have a look. What's your spirit guide want you to know at this time? Let's have a look. What's your spirit guide need you to know, Marlene? Let's have a look. Oh God, that's me being clumsy. When the whole pack comes out. Right, let's have a look. Okay, it's important that you celebrate. Okay, with the Three of Cups here, it's all about celebrating life. It's about celebrating your time. Okay, it's about being in the moment with very much emotionally being in the moment is so important here. Page of Swords. Okay, you need to just, I want to say, you look at the messages that you're receiving. Look at your perception. I get a sense of like facing your perception of what's going on here. You need to know that sometimes our perceptions are not facts. That's what I'm getting here. It's very important that you celebrate this time for you. You celebrate where you are in your life right now. I get it important here about that sense of, I just get that sense of celebrating life, celebrating things that are going on here. Okay, so that's really important here. To look at where you're going is super important. Okay, so I think it's about celebrating. Being in the now is so important here. Okay, so what's coming up for you in... Wait, that's a better question. Thanks, Night Daughter, Oracle. What's coming for me in the coming weeks? Okay, let's do the moon and stars tarot. What's coming for you in the coming weeks? What's coming for you in the coming weeks? Let's look. What do you need to know? What's really important in regards to your life, Faheen? Oops, me being clumsy. What is wrong with me today? I'm so clumsy. Who's got the clumsies today? Right. What's coming for you in the coming weeks? What's happening for you? What's important for you to know? First card is important for you to find balance. Look at your priorities, Faheen. That's the most important thing for you right now, is to look at your priorities. Who is the most important person in this situation? What's the most important thing to be happening right now? You've got to look at what you need to do. Solitude is so important. Meditation, reflection, looking at the lessons that you've learned. Very much about your own meditation, reflection, very much about listening to your higher self. That's so important right now, to look at your priorities. What's really important for you right now? Because I feel like you're being pulled in different directions here. You're a total klutz. Night Daughter Oracle. Okay, so you got to look at what's really important, and that's what you got to focus on. Don't think about anyone else. Don't think about anything outside of those two things, job and baby. Okay, so that's what's really important. So reflecting on what's important is here. Meditation, connecting to your higher self, about doing... Oh, spiritual changes can do that. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. Okay, Faheen, so important. Work out your priorities, meditate, reflect, and look at the actions that need to be taken, because I feel like you're pulling yourself in many directions. So you need to stay focused on your priorities. And solitude is so important, meaning you can do it, and you can do it alone. Super important. Okay, so where are we up to with oh, are we up to Sid, are we? Okay, Sid, your question next. Oh God, this makes it so much easier with Egyptian Famous doing that list, and then Night Daughter Oracle doing the list. Makes it so much easier. Right. No, not pregnant. Going through spiritual changes. So let's do, in this case, interesting, because I'm getting Magical Nordic Tarot here. Magical Nordic Tarot. Right. What's going on with Sid? What's going on with Sid? Okay, what's going on with Sid? Now, Sid's part of my Ko-Fi. For those that don't know, supports me monthly. So because Sid supports me monthly, hi Jaden, welcome, welcome. Okay, Sid. Ooh. Ooh, okay, we've got 5 of Swords here with a bit of conflict stuff going on. Okay, you're at a crossroads here. So there is a little bit of conflict within yourself, within your own body, and you're at a bit of a cross. You've got some choices to be made here. Things ending. So when I look at this, I do feel like it's your mind or your your spiritual, mental thoughts. I think a lot of it is very, I'm getting a lot of sort of mental intuition energy. Definitely feel like there's a development in your intuition. Do feel like your intuition is getting a lot stronger. And I do feel like there's that conflict going on within trying to get that sense of change, that achievement going on. So I do feel like you've got some decisions, you've got some choices to actually make in regards to your spirituality. Yeah, when aren't there choices? That's true. Very true. But I feel like the world's your oyster. I do feel like you've got a lot of possibilities here. But I do get that things are changing. Things are ending soon. I do feel like you have that sense. It just takes a few days to assimilate. But I have got one more card coming in here. Actually, I've got 2 more. I've got 6 of Pentacles. So you will have that sense of harmony. I just got 8 of Swords, but reversed. Okay, so you got that sense of breaking free from the changes. So I do feel like it's a lot of it is spiritual. Yeah, it can be scary. So it's about, I do feel like you're unlimited. You've got possibilities here. You've got that sense of harmony. You got that sense of, it's interesting here because I get the words gifts, and the gifts I call about your spirituality. I get that very much about having that sense of everything sort of starting to sort of settle down a little bit. So you do have a lot of swords here. I do think it's a lot of swords here is about your intuition. I do feel it's about your spiritual intuition. It is about your thoughts and ideas, perceptions. A lot of it's very mental communication. So that's why I keep getting about spirituality here. And because it's got gifts, and I do feel like it's your spiritual gifts, I do feel that very much so that you're going through that change. It's just going to take a little while to assimilate here. So it's very much about your intuition here. I get very strongly. Cool. Cool. Right, how are we going with the list? Wow, we seem to be moving through that list quite quickly. Interesting. So all about Maine. So I don't know if I've got all about Maine there. So I hope I haven't missed it. All right. Okay, so you're talking about the car. So will you finally get this car tomorrow? What's going on with this car? Let's have a look. what's going on with this car? Let's have a look. Just make sure there's no... Let's have a look. Oh, not tomorrow. Just says not tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. It feels like there could be some... Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. Let's have a look at the angel. Okay, tell us about the car. It's interesting. We get the Lovers card here. And Lovers can be about the sense of choices to be... There are some choices or commitment to be made. Angels of commitment. Just want to see what it says. It's interesting. So I think the doubt has put in the no. unless there's a change of commitment. A change of I feel like the luck changes, but it won't be tomorrow. So maybe the car comes sort of not tomorrow, but the next day. Maybe something sort of hinders on it. All about Maine. I do feel as though there's some stuff going on that's sort of stopping the sale for the car tomorrow. So I do feel as though there's some stuff that just sort of blocks it for tomorrow, but it definitely feels like the luck, the choices and things, the action you take, yeah, does change the luck. I think there's some stuff that needs to be learnt about the car. This Page of Pentacles is about things learning, things being learnt, things about choices needing to be made, and it's all about the learning of the situation. So you might need to look into a little bit more of the car. Look in something about the car. I think that's why no tomorrow, with that car in particular. Yeah. So Kristen. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just with a message. Don't know. There's just some stuff that sort of just seems to be in regards to that car. Don't give up. The luck's there. Luck does change. And there's something about that car. Right, so who's still here? Tristan, type up your question. Right, okay. Please don't post your question until we ask for it, please. So we've got Tristan. This is the list. Oh, so Tristan and Sagittarius. So where's Sagittarius? Oh, Tristan. Oh, okay. Got you. Sorry, I missed that. Tristan, Sagittarius. Right. Okay. So Tristan and Sagittarius. Okay. Got you. Right. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, you've been hearing no for 3 weeks. Sorry, all about Maine. Feels like the right car's still to come. Love reading. Okay, let's do the Meraki. I know, it can be a bit frustrating. Can I ask for love reading? So what does Tristan need to know about love? Let's have a look. What have we got? These 2 cards flew out. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of healing needing to be done, a lot of changes and things with the Death card here. So in regards to in regards to a relationship on some level, does feel like you're going through a lot of changes, a lot of transformation. And it's all about allowing yourself to look or nurture the ideas you have about a relationship, your perception about a relationship. It's all about nurturing your ideas that you want in regards to a relationship. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, this is very important. As you go through the changes, the healing process, it's very important that you look at the idea you have in regards to the relationship. Look at the ideas, nurture the ideas. Okay, so that's really important here, to be able to have that sense of, as you're going through the changes, nurturing the idea you have in regards to a relationship. That seems really important right now, is to nurture that idea that you have as you go through the changes, the transformations. Feels like you're stepping out of the darkness and into the light. Yeah. Right, Sagittarius and then Night Daughter. Okay, Sagittarius, let's have a look. Okay, what do you need to know about the situation? Not really the best question. Okay, so what do you need to know in regard to this situation? Okay, what do you need to know? And I'm going to get, where are we? Oh, Rider-Waite-Smith, where are you? Here it is. Yeah, I'm just trying to change the question slightly. What does Sagittarius need to know about the connection with the Aquarius? What does Sagittarius need to know about the connection with the Aquarius? So I'm changing the question slightly. Yeah, but you're asking about his feelings. So it's about what do you need to know is the best way, is what do you need to know in regards to the situation. Yeah, it's about him though. You're thinking about him being a third party. His thoughts, his stuff. He's the third party. But it's more about, so what do you need to know? Let me just do this. What do you need to know in regards to the situation? We just word it slightly different. What do you need to know? So what do you need to know in regards to the situation with Aquarius? That's the best way of doing it. What do you need to know in regards to the connection? Okay. I get here the Emperor card here. So I get that little bit of, it's my way or the highway type of energy. He's very controlling. I feel like he's a very controlling. I don't see romance or anything like that. I get a feeling like he's quite and he's quite intense though. There might be passion or that sense of lust, but I don't get romance. There's no romance in this situation when we're looking at the Emperor. We're getting somebody who's very controlling, very sort of quite controlling sort of energy. I'm actually getting that he's quite controlling in some way. It feels like he's quite intense with his energy. So I don't see any romance or anything like that. I'm not seeing that, I don't see that there's any romance in this connection. Okay, but I don't, yeah. So what do you need to know? You need to know that he's controlling. I do feel like he's quite intense energy. I do feel like he's a bit of a I'm not getting a very caring energy. I'm not getting a very gentle energy with this one today. With the Emperor, I'm getting a very firm, my way, the highway type of energy. That's what you need to know. So you're in no contact, yeah. That's what I feel like, that it's intense, that it's sort of his way or the highway type of energy. He's not going to compromise. There's no compromise. It is about moving forward. You need to know that you need to move forward away from the relationship. It is very intense. It is very thing. It's time for you to move forward into your own journey. Yeah, there's no speaking, because it's his way or the highway sort of energy. So he's not going to speak to you. He's not interested. It's about moving forward. Yep, stay no contact. Right. Night Daughter. Right, so let's have a look. I did see your question here. Something about, where are we? Okay, about 10 more minutes and then we close the list, Night Daughter Oracle. And then it's just a wrap up after that. Wrap up, everyone. So don't forget, if anyone wants a reading with a little bit more than just the 2 cards, don't forget donations are available through the pinned link or the description box down below. Oh, so what's happening with your mum in that? It's interesting because I just pulled out Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine. So let's have a look. What's going on here? Night Daughter Oracle is next. And then I'm going to do Andrea, Sterling, and Felicia. So I'm doing Night Daughter Oracle now, and then I'm going to do Andrea. So I need Andrea's question, Sterling's question, and Felicia. So what's going on with burying? What's going on with burying? Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Okay, Night Daughter Oracle, let's have a look at this. Interesting. Because I did pull out King of Earth. And to me, in regards to your question, will you bury mum and gran next month? It talks about being a successful outcome. So it does feel like, yes, things are going to happen. There is that, there are still some decisions to be made, carefully made. There are some decisions yet to be carefully made. I do get that sense of just being a little bit practical about the situation. So it feels like things are going to work out, but you've got to sort of take a very gentle approach to it. It does feel like you need to take quite a practical approach to the situation. And it does feel like there's going to be an end of the situation, that things are ending. So yeah, I definitely feel as though, yes, you're going to be able to finally bury mum and gran next month. So that's really important here. Does feel like things are going to move in. She's got to take a bit of time, take a bit of a breath. It does feel like things are going to be successful. There are some choices, some decisions to be made. So take a practical approach to the whole situation, but it definitely feels like there's going to be closure in the situation. It does going to give you that sense of closure, things ending, things being final. So yeah, does feel like next month, and not the beginning of the month. It feels like it's closer to the end of the month. So the end of April, not the beginning. Okay, so next question is, think about questions that are going to empower you, which are quite important, which is quite good. So being able to do that is good. Message there. Right, so what's happening next? So what's coming towards you in regards to relationships? So after your trip, definitely felt like it was after. So thinking about what's coming, don't just say love, guys. Say relationships. Say what's coming towards you in regards to relationships, because love talks about love with family, self-love, love with friends. Love is so open. So talk about if you want to talking about a relationship, talk about a relationship with an intimate partner. Talk about the relationship. So you're talking about not just you're not talking about just being love. You're talking about a relationship. You want an intimate relationship. So what's coming towards you? Because when you say love, you're talking about love in so many different ways. You're talking about relationships. You're talking about an intimate relationship, a partnership, a sense of, be a bit more specific. Yeah. So what's coming towards you in an intimate relationship? That's a better question. Yeah. Just want you guys to be specific so that we get good answers for you. Really want to give you quality, not necessarily quantity. Yeah. Good question, Andrea. What's coming towards you in an intimate relationship? Good question. Good question. Sorry if I've not put this into order here. Oh, should have been Andrea, then Sterling. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So let me just do Sterling and then I'll do Andrea. It doesn't really, I'm just going to Yeah, okay, so let's do the both same question basically, but yeah. Okay, so let's just take a nice deep breath. Take a breath for a second. I feel like I've got a bit scattered energy here. Let's do the field tarot. Yep. Yep. What's coming towards you in regards to the intimate relationship? Let's have a look. Okay, it does feel like things are not going to quite work out the way you want them to. I get a sense of being sort of stabbed in the back is what I actually got from this a sense of despair. It does feel like there's some challenges. Interesting, because we get despair and defeat. So in regards to relationships, I think there's a lot of healing that you need to do first before you can have any type of intimate relationship. I feel like there's a lot of healing in regards to relationships that you need, intimate relationships that you need to heal before anything can happen. So I do feel like you're going to repeat patterns. It's going to be a sense of things being a little difficult. There are going to be some real challenges in regards to intimate relationships for you for a while until you allow the healing to take place. I think there's a lot of healing that needs to happen first, Andrea. I think there's a lot of healing that needs to be going on before you can have a good relationship, before you can make the changes you need. With despair and defeat, I'm getting the cards with a lot of challenges in regards to relationships. I think there's a lot of healing that you need to do first, Andrea. A lot of soul searching, a lot of stuff that you need to look in deeply within yourself. Sterling, so you say what's going towards you in a relationship with a person. Okay. So Felicia, Valdi, and Jaden. Thanks, Night Daughter Oracle. It's been a big help to try and get this in a way. Okay, so let's do Waterfall Tarot. Okay, so what's coming towards you in the relationship with a person? So intimate relationship with a person. So what do you need to know about the situation? Okay, the two cards tells us that there is potential for this relationship. There's real potential here. But it's making sure you don't react excessively. You need to keep calm, keep serene. Sterling. Really important for you to know that there is potential for this relationship to develop, but it's important that you stay calm, you stay serene, you stay tranquil within yourself. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Don't get too excessive in regards to emotions. Stay calm, stay relaxed, and the relationship has a real potential to build, to grow, and develop. Cool, thank you. We'll close the list basically. We're going to close the list and I'm just going to wrap up. So if anyone else comes in and wants reading, it's going to have to be donations. Okay, so super important here. Sterling, you've got real potential with this relationship, but you've got to stay calm. You've got to stay relaxed. You've got to choose how you react. Don't let your emotions get the better of you in regards to the situation here. Super important. Right. Okay. So we've got Felicia. So you want to know what's going on with your new job. Will I get my destined new job? So what best questions is not when will, but more about what do you need to know about about getting the new job? How do you do this? What actions do I need to take to get your destined new job? So what do you need to know in regards to your destined new job? Let's have a look. Moon Baby Tarot. Okay, what do you need to know? Not when, how, what, and why. What do you need to know in regards to your destined new job? You're not... What do you need to know about the new job? What do you need to know about the new job? Let's have a look. Take a breath is basically what I got here. With the Knight of Swords, it's like rushing into something. You're rushing into this new job. Okay, so it feels like you just got to take a breath for a moment. I think you're causing yourself a lot of worry, a lot of stress. I'm getting a sense of things are not going to quite work out the way you want. Basically, with the stress and the worry card here with the Nine of Swords, tells me that you're not going to get the new job. Not the way that you want it to. You're not going to get what you want. It's causing you a lot of stress, a lot of worry. So you've got to take a breath for a minute. You've got to take a breath. Okay, so it's very much about that sense of take a breath for a minute in regards to this getting a job. Take a breath. It feels like you're trying to rush into something. Slow down. So that's really important here. When you ask about somebody else's opinion of you, it's a third-party question because you're asking their thoughts. Okay, so you've got to ask, what do you need to know about the situation? Okay, Felicia, I feel like you've got to take a breath for a minute. You're causing yourself a lot of worry, a lot of stress. Yeah, you need to sort of slow down a little bit. Have a look at your resumes and things like that. I feel like you're getting a little bit worried and stressed. Right, Vivaldi, your question here is, what do you need to know about your connection with V? What do you need to know? Okay, Vide, it's very important here to think about, what do you need to know? Yes, you'll get a job, but you've got to Felicia, you've got to slow down a little bit. You've got to have that sense of looking at your CV. You will get a job, but you've got to slow down a little bit. Don't be so urgent. Yeah. So what do you need to know, Valdi? So, yeah. So what do you need to know? Okay, so Jaden's going to type in their question. Okay, so, Jaden's typed in the question. Cool. Jaden, think about not when, but what do you need to do? What do I need to do, Jaden? Think about your question as being, what do I need to do? Right, so what do you need to know in regards to V? What do you need to know in regards to V? Let's have a look here. What do you need to know in regards to V? Let's do the Four Hugs of Tarot, this one. So what do you need to know in regards to V? What do you need to know in regards to... Oh, there we go. These two questions, these two cards here. Okay, what do you need to know? Oh my God. Okay. Firstly, you need to know that there is you're causing, with Nine of Air, is a lot of stress, a lot of worry. Okay, so you do need to know that you're causing yourself a lot of stress, a lot of worry with the situation. Now, we do have Two of Water, which tells me that there is a connection here. There's definitely a connection between you two on some level. Okay, but you've got to go with the flow, is what I'm getting here. Find a sense of balance within your own emotions. You're causing yourself a lot of stress, a lot of worry. There's definitely a connection between you guys, so you've got to relax. Take it easy. Don't stress about things. It's really about, what do you need to know? You need to know that there is a connection between you guys. There's definitely a connection there, but it's causing you a lot of worry and a lot of stress, so you just got to take a breath. Just take a breath with it and allow yourself the sense of just going with the flow. Allow yourself to feel like I know you're moving into the unknown, but enjoy the journey. Don't get yourself wound up by the situation. Enjoy the connection. Go with the flow. And don't let yourself get wound up by stress and worry, because it's not going to help. Just enjoy each moment. Right, next is Jaden, which I did see Jaden's question up here. Okay, so you want to know, what do you need to know in regards to this karmic cycle coming to the end? So what do you need to know? Not when is the karmic cycle coming to the end, because it's just about what do you need to know. And I think this is a very past life energy. So you're talking about past life, and I think it's a lot of stuff that you've got to deal with it. So let's have a look in karmic cycle. So what do we need to know about the karmic cycle? It's all about the lesson that you need to learn. Okay, so what lesson do you actually need to learn here? Interesting, because the lesson is all about self-love. When you learn all about self-love, it's going to make a big difference. And I think a lot of it comes from abuse of some sort. Not necessarily physical abuse, it can be mental abuse as well, from a past life. So when it comes down to it, if you have that sense of self-love, it's going to make a big difference here. So let's have a little bit more in an in-depth look. Okay, so I am going to do that right away. So let's have a look. So let's have a look. We're looking at self-love. So when you choose to work through this issue in regards to past life, is to do with abuse. So when you've got that self-love, now abuse can be not necessarily physical, can be mental abuse as well. So it's all about self-love. So when you have that self-love, when you're led out of the cold, when you allow yourself to stop measuring others with yourself. So you've got to stop being so harsh or so critical on yourself. It's interesting, because you get that one step at a time. You get that sense of finding a sense of, you've got to give yourself unconditional love. And that's really interesting here, that sense of giving to yourself unconditionally on so many levels here. So this is really important. So when will your karmic cycle come to the end? When you learn about self-love, when you take care of yourself, find a sense of harmony within yourself. It's about how you choose to react to the situation that's going to make a big difference, and it all boils down to self-love. Then you'll have that end of that's when things will change for you. Things will transfer. Right, so let's have a look. Who's next on the list? Jaden. Okay, then Nonna. Okay, so let's have a look at Nonna's question. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about your questions here. When you're asking about somebody else's feelings, you're asking about their perception, okay? That's a third party. So what you want to do is, what do you need to know? You're not asking about how somebody else feels about you. You want to say, what do I need to know? So you're saying, what's the feeling of Cancer towards Leo? You're talking about somebody else's relationships here. You're talking about the connection between Cancer and Leo. And now that's got nothing to do with you. That's a third party question. So I want you to be really clear about this. What do you need to know about this situation? Why do you need to know about it? Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record. Yes, understanding that. So I'm going to ignore that question. Nona, I'm going to ignore that question. So Johnny, and then, so I don't know where Johnny is, but I'm going to do, so was one. Whoops. So you were married for 8, now divorced. Well, it's time to move on. So what do you need to move, Johnny? What do you need to do to move forward from this relationship? You don't need to know about their life now. You've been divorced for 3 years. It's time to move on. So I don't get your question, Nona. What do you need to know? So I like this. This is a great question. How will my career growth and be performance for the next 2 months? Good question. I'm going to use the Cats Rule the Earth, I think, for this one. Yeah, so yeah, it's time to move forward, Johnny. So think about your question about how can you move forward on your journey. What do you need to do to move forward? That's the best thing. That's the best thing to think about. Okay, so how will my career growth and performance for the next, this is a great question. So how will your career grow? Oh, interesting. Okay, your career growth is all about your emotions. It feels quite interesting here. It feels like there's new beginnings. It's about opening yourself up, opening your heart up to love. Okay, super important here. It's about opening yourself up to love. It's being able to sort of feel like you have that sense of yeah, I feel like there's new beginnings. There's a new love in regards to your career, and that is going to improve your performance here. Okay, so let's have a look at your performance over the next 2 months. It's about opening your heart to your career. It's about new beginnings, new connections, a sense of definitely feels like there's a new love in the situation. Now we get 8 of Swords. Don't limit yourself, okay? It's about your actions, your perception in regards to the situation with the Eight of Swords here. It's about not limiting yourself here. Okay, so that's going to be really important here. It's about allowing yourself to be unlimited in your performance and your growth. There's a lot of new beginnings. It does feel like there's new starts to your career, but it boils down to your own, how you limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Become unlimited in your performance and your career growth. There's a lot of new beginnings. There's a lot of new love. Open your heart up to the possibilities here. Okay, it can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to ask a little bit here. I've got Nona's question here. I'm not sure about. So Nona was asking about feeling of Cancer towards Leo. I don't know who Cancer and Leo are. So I'm trying to work out. So who's the Leo? Who's the who? So you want to talk about now, what do you need to know? And Johnny, what do you want to do? Yeah, Johnny, you need to ask something like, what do I need to do to move forward on my journey? So you need to ask an actual question here. Guys, Nona, you need to ask an actual question that starts with what, how, why, and how. How can you move forward? What do I need to do in this situation? Why do I react this way? Think about your question, guys, because there's some questions I won't answer. I'll just ignore. So if you can't ask a question about yourself, what do I need to do to move forward? Why do I react this way? How can I move forward on this journey? What do I need to know in regards to this situation? What do I need to know in regards to what's going on? What do I need to know? Ask the question, please. When you ask the question, you're welcome, Soma. You're welcome. Okay, so so the last few people here. So who are the last few people in the list? What's the last few? Is that the last of the question? Is that the last of the people? Right. So I'm trying to get good questions out of people. So, yeah. Okay, so these are the last two. So we want decent questions here. So I'm just trying to get right questions. I just want you guys to have quality readings. And I cannot give quality readings if we don't have a clear, concise question in regards to your topic. When you're scattered, the reading becomes scattered. So it's really important to be focused on your question and to really get quality readings. It's really important to be very clear in your question. So I want to give you quality readings, and I can't give quality readings if I don't have quality questions. So I'm trying to work out what you actually want to know. So Johnny is talking about some sort of relationship that we're married and everything. Well, so how do you move forward? I'm not quite getting a question here. I know some people hate to ask tough questions. I know. So all I got from Johnny is that they've been in a married relationship for 18 years, divorced now for 3 years, and I got no question. So no understanding of what you're expecting. And Nona, I'm no idea of feeling of my person Cancer. No understanding of that question whatsoever. Does not make a clear reading. See, I know that person is the person that you're interested in, but I don't know who Leo is. Clear. Good question. How do I move forward? How do I move on from my... Good question. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was hoping to sort of get. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's do actually, thinking I might do the ancient Italian tarot. How do I move forward? Okay, good one from Johnny. So what can we do for Nona that makes sense? I'm not quite sure what their thing is. I don't know who Leo and... So how do I move forward? You're welcome, Jaden. You're welcome. Well, I'm trying to get a clear question. I need a clear question. I need to know. Yeah, I can't work out a question for Nona either. I don't know who Leo is. I don't understand what they want to know. So for Johnny, how do I move on from my ex? It's interesting because we get Lapiso, which is like the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man here is all about that sense of looking at things from different perspectives. Look at what you've been sacrificing of yourself as well. Sacrifice is a big thing here with the Hanged Man. We get the sense of being in limbo. So it's really about looking at what you've been sacrificing, Johnny. What have you been sacrificing in regards to your ex? And that's going to allow you to sort of cut free from the situation that you're feeling like you're in limbo. Now we get the Chariot here, so it's all about contemplating a new direction, having that sense of success that you need in your life. So it's quite a major impact, and the reason why we say major impact, because we've got two major Arcana cards here. We've got the Hanged Man and the Chariot. So we've got that sense of being in limbo, looking at what you're sacrificing of yourself in the situation that's stopping you from actually moving forward, from contemplating and moving in a new direction. So you have to think about what direction you need to actually move into. You need to start, again, I get that sense of looking at what you're sacrificing. And once you've looked at what you're sacrificing of yourself and acknowledging that, you're going to allow yourself to start moving in a new direction with success, with victory. In your own life, taking your own life is really important. You know, moving forward into your own life is so important here. Being able to live life to the fullest for yourself is so important here. So you've got that sense of success. So look at what you're being sacrificing of yourself in regard to this situation. You know, why are you holding on to this? Why are you in limbo? And that's going to allow you to actually move forward with much success, with much victory. Okay, so you need to be sort of, look at what you've been sacrificing of yourself. That's super important here. Okay. So Nona, I can't quite work out a question. I'm trying to work out a question to give you quality reading. I just can't do that. Oh, here we go. Good, good. What can I learn from the Cancer Leo situation? Good question. Like, that's why I've got you as my mod. Good question here. So let's do the crystal power. What can I learn from the Cancer Leo situation for Nona? Good. What can I learn from the Cancer Leo situation? I was trying to work out what to say, but I couldn't get my head around it. So thank you, Night Daughter Oracle. Appreciate it. What can I learn from the Cancer Leo situation? So what can Nona learn from the Cancer Leo situation? Okay, so I've got this card here popping out and this one. So let's have a look. What can you learn from the situation? It's about following. It's about trusting in your you know what's going on. I think you need to just trust in your own feelings. Trust in your own feelings in a way. It's about nurturing yourself, nurturing your own emotions is super important here. Nurturing your own emotions. It's about having a sense of closure so you can move forward. Have a sense of closure, complete the task. So really take care of yourself. You can learn to really take care of yourself from this Cancer Leo situation. All about nurturing your own emotions, nurturing, taking care of self-love. Super important here to have the sense of closure. So that's super important here. So you've got to have that sense of, really sort of learning to take care of yourself, self-love, having a sense of closure from the situation, having a sense of tasks being finished. It's an ending to a situation. That's what you can learn from the situation. So that's it from me. Oh my God, I can't believe that's the end, an hour and a half being on. Okay, so I'm not doing any more readings. That was it. Okay, so yep, that's it for me. I need to have a bit of a break, take a bit of a breather again. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with readings and things like that. I do need to make sure that I stay balanced. I have got a busy things to do. I do have personal clients as well. So don't forget, if you want a personal reading, read the details down below. See the Ko-Fi shop, or you can check out Fiverr as well as another alternative. But thank you, Night Daughter Oracle. Thank you, everybody who joined. Appreciate it. It is time for me to sign off. Time to finish up. So that's it from me. Take care and blessed be. Talk to you later, Night Daughter Oracle. I'm just going to take a moment to breathe and just take a moment to sort of recalibrate myself. Recalibrate myself. Okay, so that's it.